Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft the End. Today we will be reading chapter 6. It is titled The Final Battle. It starts on page 59 and goes to page 70. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, here we go. Chapter 6 The Final Battle. They were all asleep when Kraj boarded their ship. He did not come alone. Of course he didn't. Alone, who was Kraj? Nobody. Not even a crux unit. Someone is approaching the ship. Grumpy's voice exploded in Finn's, Moe's, and Can's heads, ripping them out of a deep sleep. A lot of someones are approaching the ship. Wake up, wake up. Oh, I hate someones. Wake up, protect me from the someones. The ancient crux unit Krosh approached the stern of Finn and Moe's home surrounded by 8 tall, strong Endermen. Finn could see them through the portholes, drifting up over the starboard side in powerful silence. He shook his head to clear away the last of his sleep. Moe rubbed her eyes, her heart racing. Can hung back, glaring uncertainly. None of Kraj's people opened their minds and thoughts. Their hearts were blank and dark as their long, lean bodies. That's not Courage's end, Finn thought. A clear, thin, laser focused thought sent only to his friends. I know his fragments and his sub fragments and his sub fragments. The great chaos knows he has enough of them. There was a reason Courage was so wise, wise enough to survive so long with an end as big as his, always around him, always underfoot. Kraj's mind was clear beyond imagining, never unstacked, which was why no one liked listening to him. Even Endermen got annoyed with know-it-alls. The 8 Endermen arranged themselves in formation around Kraj. 2 stepped forward to flank the elder. The other 6 took up positions on the deck. Proceed, sir, they thought in unison, a loud, hard thought very much meant to be heard over the whole of the ship. We will protect you and prevent their escape, should that they attempt to harm the one or perform the other. All hail the great chaos. May the great chaos smile upon you. Proxy fragments. Kraj acknowledged their obedience, utterly without emotion. He has a new end, Mo thought, peering out of them. They're soldiers. They're an army, a little army, still an army. Finn frowned. But we're all one of the same. Why would Kraj bring soldiers to our ship? Why would why would we want to escape? Why in the world would we want to harm Kraj? If there's an army to fight the humans, we'll be in it, won't we? Are they here to give us our orders? I don't understand what's happening. I do, Grandpa thought de- dejectedly. You are going to hate it. I already hate it. But it is your fault because you would not let me bite even one person in the face when I told you to. Now it's going to be terrible and stupid all over you. How boring and terrible and stupid. Maybe they are here for me, Can thought unhappily. Maybe I am to be interrogated, examined for evidence of pumpkin. Kraj and 2 of his bodyguards floated gracefully toward the heavy wooden door that separated the hold and the underguts of the ship from the deck. In the name of the great chaos and by the command of Kraj and Ancient, open this door, fragments. Obey at once, and I will treat you favorably. If only the grown-up Endermen weren't acting so strangely, the twins would have opened up without a second thought, without a first thought. Why wouldn't they? In these terrible times, except for Can, they had nothing to hide, except for Can. Maybe we shouldn't, thought Mo. Her hand paused over above the door latch. If we don't, they'll only break the door down. There's 9 of them to 3 of us, Finn answered. I don't think we've got any choice. Well, that's just dumb, Finn. You always have a choice. Sometimes it's a garbage choice, but it's still a choice. Mo rolled her eyes at her brother. She turned to the closed door and thought as loud as she could, if this is about Can, you can't have him. He's not a human. We can absolutely promise you that. But if you try to take him, we really do have quite a lot of explosives on the ship and a lot of other sharp things as well. You might as well turn around if that's what you're up to. Kraj's thoughts were like hard, heavy footprints in their minds. I am well aware of what this ship possesses. The deformed fragment is the least valuable of its contents, as I am sure you are aware. I am not his husband. He is irrelevant to me, as you will be if you do not open this door to your elders. Can was the only thing on board that could get them in any kind of trouble. The twins shrugged nervously and slid back the latch. They looked up into the pale old eyes of Kraj himself. But those eyes were no longer quite as faded and misty as they had been at the Enmoot. His gaze seemed quite sharp now, sharp and fierce. Excellent, Kraj thought, as he peered into the shadows of the hold. Just as Carson said, the old Enderman looked keenly into Finn's eyes. Take it all, he ordered. His two officers pushed into the hold with satisfaction. They immediately began to gumming through the twins' precious beloved loot. The soldiers lifted, examined, and commented on each item as they passed them back out of the hold to their comrades in an orderly chain. What are you doing? Screamed Mo. You can't. That's ours. That too. Stop. Please stop. No, that's mine. Please. Not my Ultra. Those are my oldest pair. They were on the ship when we found it. You have no right. One of the Ender soldiers picked up a diamond axe in one hand and crossbow in the other. She brandished both experimentally. I think I will keep an axe for myself, she thought approvingly. She was called Tamat, Captain Tamat. She wore her rank and name outside of her thoughts like a badge of pride. Finn tried to grab her back. No, you won't because it's mine. I took it off a radar, fair and square. I've had it all this time. You're a thief, a robber. Go get your own. The soldier laughed and shoved him easily to the floor. But it is my own, she sneered, because I took it off you fair and square. The great chaos works in mysterious ways. Can clutched his note block to his chest and backed up slowly. He kept backing up until his shoulders thunked against Grumpo's box, wherein Grumpo wailed pitifully. Stealers, 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 and looters and mobs, moaned the shulker. Go away, or I'll bite you. Go away, and I will bite you. Either way, bitten. Endermen don't use weapons. Get out. Kraj folded his long, shadowy fingers and turned to face them. They could feel his grin in their heads. Our blessed Erisha, the most high and holy mouth of the great chaos, has honored me in my long years of experience and made me commander of the armies of the end. She told me to leave no, no strategy unconsidered when planning our survival. Why should an Enderman not use weapons? Humans use them, and we are better than they in every way. It is foolishness to leave a good sword on the ground when you could just as easily pick it up. It is my solemn duty to prepare our people for war. I was informed by Commander Kraj, glanced at Can, certain reliable sources that you unpleasant and endless Enderfrags have been stockpiling quite the little army out here where no one can monitor your behavioral patterns. It should never have been allowed. You are not crux units. You cannot just start your own group. When this is over, you will be assigned to an acceptable end and you will mature there like any other fragment. You are not special. Naturally, none of this is yours. You have lived here for years on the generosity of the rest of us. Without us, without our love and compassion for your abnormal configuration, you would have not been able to collect all of this. Therefore, really, when you think about it, it was always ours. Good payment for our gentle care. Finn fought back tears. You mean you left us on our own with nothing and ignored us and whispered about us and wouldn't let us stay in the city for Endermos and wouldn't let us go to Enderdome and abandon us just because our husbands died and never came to check on us or see if we were all right. I came, Can thought quietly. Except Can, Finn admitted. Commander Kraj looked puzzled. Yes, that is just precisely what I mean. We left you alone to grow and learn and have all these riches. If anyone had asked, I would not have permitted it. Now, I will be asked about everything, and the world will drastically improve. Endless people are dangerous, but we were kind. I do not know what you are whining about. We allowed you to exist. We could have simply exiled you to the overworld to achieve the lofty life goal of being target practice for some human before he gets around to something more meaningful, like digging a hole in the ground. If you keep up this ungrateful complaining, perhaps I will reconsider our stance on that topic. Careful with those words, Corporal Murrum. You are no good to the war effort if you stab yourself on the first day. Finn, Mo, your people need you. This is our darkest hour. Everyone must make sacrifices. Everyone must give something up so that the end can go on. Corporal Murrum finished up with the swords and bent down to pick up a large round object. No! Mo cried out. Not that! Don't you dare! She scrambled up and leapt out at the other soldiers like cats. She ripped at his hands in a frenzy. Let go of it. It's not a weapon. You don't need it. It's mine. Please, please let go. Mo punched at Corporal Murrum's arm. He howled and almost dropped something around in greenish blue. Mo reached for it but missed. It's no good for anything, she protested, helplessly, furiously. It's nothing. It's nothing except mine. Don't touch it. Commander Kraj jerked his head to one side sharply. He could afford to be generous. Murrum tossed the object carelessly over his shoulder. Mo leapt up frantically to catch it and held it close to her chest. We would not leave you with nothing, he thought as the whole work of the twins' lives passed up and out of their ship, out of their home. You can keep a few things for sentimental purposes and to defend yourselves, obviously. Defend ourselves? But aren't we Endermen? Aren't we part of the end? We'll fight with everyone else. We'll go with you right now. Finn watched as the two soldiers turned over several books, held them upside down, smelled them, and confused looked to their commander for guidance. No, I do not think we will be needing those. You cannot read a human to death. Leave them, Kraj thought, and do not be absurd. You do not have the necessary training. There is no need for you to fight. We are not monsters. The great chaos does not require interfrags as sacrifices. No, you will not fight. You will simply accompany the Ender units to which I assign you in order to add your intelligence to the group and augment their abilities. You are not soldiers, my poor innocent lambs. You are equipment. Now, what else have you got in here? Do not try to lie to me. Kraj will know. Kraj always knows. Mo rocked back and forth, clutching the things she wrestled from Corporal Morum just as tightly as Can clutched his note block. If you'd only asked, she thought through her heartbreak. We'd have given it to you. This is our home. We want the humans defeated too. Ken looked up. His green eyes went narrow and angry. You are no better. His thoughts were a thin, hateful hiss. Craw's attention cut away from the twins and refocused itself. Only a day ago, on the Edmutes, he seemed like such a kind old Enderman. Now all that was gone. Pardon me, Fragment. No better than whom? Humans. Ken snapped. You come here and take what you want without asking, without caring, only thinking of yourself and what you can use. You were invading this ship just like you were invading the end. Looting my friends, ruining their home, taking. Humans take until they cannot even carry everything they stole. They are like big angry horses. They eat and eat because they are too stupid to know their stomachs are about to explode. And that is what you are like too. So I do not see why we should be equipment for anyone if we are going to be eaten, no matter which dumb horse is doing the chewing. Kraj narrowed his glowing eyes. How fascinating. You have so much empathy and insight into human beings, young Can. I wonder where you found all this intimate knowledge of species, where this wonderful clarity could possibly have come from. Perhaps I was too hasty in calming your humbent fears. No, Finn thought quickly. It's fine. It's just stuff. He felt sick. He felt like he was going to throw up. Just junk. He watched Captain Tammet gather up a dozen different kinds of arrows. Arrows of regeneration, of fire resistance, of poison, special spectral arrows, arrows of water breathing, even his precious arrows of the turtle master. She grabbed them like they were all the same, just a bunch of identical sticks, and shoved them out of the hold like firewood toward the rest of the Ender squad. Take it. Mel joined her twin. We want to help. We were only saying you could have asked. That's all. That is what I suspected. Poor, endless, trash frags. You will find that in periods of war, necessities are a waste of time, as you are a waste of ender flesh. And almost everything is necessities in the end as well. Ah, how marvelous it feels to be in the company of my squad. I feel my brain practically sizzle with intellect. Wordplay. Can you imagine? If only the war had come years ago. Thump, 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 Crumpo's box thudded meekly. Commander Kraj waved his hand dismissively toward the stern of the ship. Do not bother, Shulker. You hate me, I am aware. I hope a human eats your eyes, Grumpo whispered. I really mean that. The hold was almost empty. The books remained in tottering tower in the corner, and a few torches, two or three swords, and a few scattered pieces of armor lay on the floor. Finn watched them congratulate one another on a job well done. But why do you need our coarse fruits and carrots and cooked mutton? What can you do against a human with that? We are hungry, thought the corporal and captain. So are we, thought the three interfrags together. Why should I care? Captain Tammet thought as she climbed the stairs into the open air. What are you captain of? You had better find some food then, had you not? Corporal Murray added, somewhat more kindly, but not much more. Our business is concluded, little fragments, Commander Kraj announced. Not really that little, Mo sniffed. Compared to me, you are inf- infin- infinitesimally tiny. Mind your manners, or I will cut them out of you. Report to the central island at midnight for your assignments. We have left plenty for you to outfit yourselves, so I expect you to present yourselves in tip-top shape. Understood? They glanced around at the barren hold. Suddenly, Grumpo's box had an echo when it thumped. Crowd started miraculously into their unhappy stared mercilessly into their unhappy faces. Enough. You do not deserve such luxuries, and you would have no idea what to do with golden swords, which is handily proven by the fact that all you did with them while you had them was serve each other lunch. We have left you items befitting your station in life. Be grateful. Mo, Finn, and Ken glowered silently. I said to be grateful, soldiers, or by the great chaos, I will make you grateful. Thank you, Commander Kraj, they thought in a shaky, resentful unison. That is better. Midnight. If you shirk your duty, I shall personally tell the first human I meet where you are and how good you taste. And if I hear one more word of empathy out of you, young man, I shall happily let the medics dissect you to see if you really are an Enderman all the way through to your bones. And then they were gone, all nine of them, as though a storm had hit the ship and passed on, leaving only wreckage. Can stared after the commander. I remember when Kraj gave me a roasted Endermite all to myself to eat at the Endermast. He told me I was a handsome lad. He told me a funny story about something from the overworld called a pig. I don't think he means to pounce anyone on his knee anymore. Mel shuddered. Funny. What what the word commander can do to a person. Finn grumbled. I hate him, Grumpo huffed, without so much as lifting the lid of his box. For once, I think we all agree with you, Grumps, Mo thought. Cam patted the shulker's box. Pigs are pink. The green-eyed Enderman thought, pigs are pink and they eat mud. That is what Crudge said. Finn and Mo frowned. That didn't sound right, but they didn't much feel like correcting their friend. It wasn't the time for that. Well, what have we got left? Can thought after a long, unhappy session of staring into the nothingness of their future. Finn sighed. A damaged wooden sword, a loyalty trident. I think Tammet stepped on it. I think Tammet stepped on it. A crossbow, a leather tunic for each of us, and it looks like we all have to fight over who gets the enchanted one. Oh, a damaged stone sword. How posh. A lot of books, your note block, some crappy potions that didn't get completely dumped out, exactly one bowl of chorus fruit, and whatever Mo decided to make such a fuss about. The boys kept a respectful distance, but they were dying to see what she'd hit an Enderman, a full-grown Ender soldier to save. Mo sat on the floor of the hold. She hadn't moved a muscle the whole time, just sat there, immobile with rage, holding on to that thing. The thing Corporal Murnham had tried to take. That round, greenish, bluish thing that had been so important to her. It's nothing, she thought, the white lights of her tears glittering in her friends' minds like snow. It's stupid. I don't know why. I just lost my mind when I saw him tossing it around. He could have broken it. Finn leaned in. What is it, Mo? Mo stroked the thing in her arms fondly. It's mine. It's so mine. I didn't even tell you about it. I found it last summer. Ed showed me it. The Ender Dragon gave you something? King couldn't believe it. The great huge beast never did anything for anyone. Not exactly. Not gave. It showed me. Under the island. Someone must have dropped it. Or maybe it just spawned there. Like magic. Like fate. She shook her head. But I told you. It's stupid. I always thought it would do something. But it never did. Mel pulled her long black arms away to reveal a large, slightly molded, greenish, bluish, purplish, yellowish egg lying in her lap. I thought, if I kept it warm in the hole with all the torches and everything, it might hatch. Finn sat back on his heels. What in the name of the great chaos is that? It's a zombie horse egg, Mo confessed, and now it's cracked. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button and stay tuned